Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'll be reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 14, Episode 10. In this episode, Dr. Viviana had got to do a home visit, and her goal, I think, was to discuss, the couple's sort of intimacy and sort of sex life. So I'll review my couples as normal and we'll see how we go. And then I'll give my opinion about Dr. Viviana coming this week. I don't think she was appropriate. I think Dr. Pepper should have been the one to come, and I'll give my justification at the end. Anyway, we'll start off with Mark and Lindsay. Mark and Lindsay, for me, they're a bit of a roller coaster in the sense that Lindsay just goes 100 miles an hour. She doesn't, she doesn't have a filter. She just says what she wants, and then, she's got high highs and low lows. And so in this episode, we got to see them sort of have conversations. And yes, Dr. Viviana was right in the sense that she called her out for the way she describes their sex life, which I don't think anyone would want to be intimate after the way Lindsay spoke about it. And I wish she had a way. I'm not saying she should change herself, but she needs to sort of polish or finesse what she says and how she says it. And I think Mark is so used to accommodating people that as much as he calls her out, he doesn't have the tools to sort of manage Lindsay, and he doesn't. I know nobody should manage the other person, but I think he doesn't have the tools that allow him to communicate how he's feeling and how Lindsay's words make him feel. Because I think if he could articulate that to her, hopefully it will reach home. I loved them playing games because you could see them loosen up. With Lindsay and Mark, when things are good, you can actually see why they were paired, and you can actually see a future for them. The only problem is when things go low, Lindsay goes below the belt and she doesn't filter what she says, and she doesn't sort of take ownership of what she says. And I really think there is a possibility they might say yes on decision day, but I think once the episodes air as they are and Mark sees the things that Lindsay was saying, their relationship is going to struggle. So I don't know how they can find a way forward. I know she's had to deal with issues with her mom and stuff, but I wish somehow she could understand that this is a great guy. She did say he's a great guy, and he treats her better and she sees a future with him, but her actions need to align with what she's saying. Anyway, from there we go to Noy and Steve. Noy and Steve are my favorite couple, and if I were to pick a couple that will make it this season, I thought it was going to be Jasmina and Michael. I will always say this, but I think Noy and Steve can easily say yes on decision day. I somehow feel Steve is not being honest about his financial situation, and I think he's sort of sussing out Noy to see how committed she is to him, in the sense that he can't justify, I clean, I cook, so that's my contribution. I think Steve has got money. Maybe I'm confused. Maybe I'm being too optimistic, but I think Steve could be one of those people that make, there's some people with money that you don't understand how they've made money. They've made it legally, but they have money and they just choose not to show it. Because the things that he does and the way that he lives, he must have some money somewhere, or he must have. It could be he was, he started his own business and made money, sold his company and whatever. But I think there's a lot more going on there. And I think the longer they sort of proceed with their relationship and the more he sees how committed she is to him, I think he's going to come out and tell the truth. Because there's no way he would just be, chilling and saying, no, I don't need to go to work. I contribute by, doing the shopping, the cleaning, and I think there's more to it. I love their relationship and how it's progressing. And for nothing else, if he wants this marriage to work, I hope he tells her the truth. Or he brings up, as I said last week, he brings out a proposal, tells her how he's going to help sort of contribute financially to the family, and they can find a way forward. But I really love their relationship. They seem to be doing very well. They've only had one issue, I think, since we started the season, but it was very petty and very minor. So I can see a way forward for them. From there we go to Christina and John. Christina and John, for me, I've always said this, that something is a bit off. Christina and John, I don't understand how Christina can be all in Lindsay's face and telling her what. And yet when it comes to Olujuwon, she just keeps quiet and she just doesn't say anything. And I think, yes, he says he has ADHD, but I think communication is not one of his strongest suits, in the sense that he, like Lindsay, just runs his mouth and doesn't stop and sort of filter or doesn't process what he wants to say. And it's sad that, yes, he might have a point in some of the things that he's saying, but his delivery is not the best. And this is why they're always having issues with Katina. And I think there's going to be a commotion. Hopefully it's not a hurricane, hurricane thingy like last season, like Michaela. But anyway, they seem to be doing well. They seem to be progressing. I'm still on the fence with their relationship. I don't know. They might work, they might not work, but I'm still on the fence. I think I saw somewhere where someone said they bought a house together, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Lastly, Jasmina and Michael. Jasmina and Michael are heartbreaking for me. They're very heartbreaking for me because when initially I had very high hopes for them. I thought they would make it to decision day and be a yes, but it's sad to say that Jasmina is not opening up, and because she's not opening up, Michael is struggling to get through to her, and in his struggles to get through to her, this is why they are not moving anywhere. And it's sad that most of the couples on Married at First Sight, it's because they're struggling with communication because the other one does not want to participate. But Michael is asking Jasmina, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? And she keeps sort of putting roadblocks. I think towards the end of the episode, she changed and she was more open and she was this and she was that. I think she spoke to someone and someone told her the truth. She must have gone to one of her friends and explained, this is what has happened, this is what, and they must have sat her down and told her the truth. And when I was watching this episode, I thought to myself, maybe this is what her stepdad was trying to warn Michael about, that she can be a bit standoffish, she can be a bit dismissive, so you need to be careful. But it's sad because Michael, I think if Jasmina can get her sort of butt in order, Michael is willing to do the work such that he's someone who goes to work. Unlike Steve, he's someone who's willing to participate and sort of contribute. Unlike Olujuwon, he doesn't talk over her when she starts throwing a tantrum. He just sits there. And I don't know what else she needs. I really don't. I'm really struggling to understand why she's like that. Yes, she might not be physically attracted to him, but at least give him an opportunity to see, if you can have a successful relationship with him. There is more to a marriage than just physical attraction, because as you get older, things will change and that person might not look the way they did when they were younger, which is very sad that we tend to focus on physical appearance instead of, focusing on what makes the person, who they are. I don't know. I get upset. Anyway, and then from there, for all the couples, I think it was nice that they got to meet up. I think them meeting up is good for them because as they discuss, people see what is good and what is bad, and they appreciate what they have at home. That way, when they go home, they change their attitudes, they change their way of doing things. And I think this is why Katina and Olujuwon started becoming more intimate. This is why Lindsay toned it down when she's talking to Mark. And I think Jasmina, this could be partially why she sort of changed her attitude towards Michael. I don't know. I think it's good for them. Anyway, I think Dr. Viviana is not the best because last season, I think she put me off when she started to take sides with Johnny when she was using Johnny's talking points against Bao. And we could see that Johnny was wrong. And yet it took Pastor Carl telling her that, no, this is what Johnny says. It doesn't mean it's right. And so I think she's not impartial. I think Dr. Pepper would have been the best person because she would have had a conversation with them. She would have held everybody, because she has a way of sort of confronting an issue as an expert, and then as a motherly figure, she will sort of summarize it and bring it back into a way. I remember in season 6 when Shanice and Jeff nearly broke up, it took Dr. Pepper coming in, sort of mediating their issue, and then afterwards, she then asked them, Shanice was crying and she sort of encouraged Jeff to sort of console her, and that sort of brought them back So I wish Dr. Pepper had come, because she has a way of dealing with such issues that leaves both people feeling as though they've been heard and they've, gained, or they've contributed, or their contributions are being recognized. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. I hope whatever I said made sense. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys.